The Labour Party, historically the champion of the working class, finds itself at a crossroads. Keir Starmer supports NATO's defence spending target of 2% of GDP. This aims to show Labour as a responsible guardian of national security. But Shadow Chancellor Bridget Phillipson's remarks have raised questions. Did she contradict Starmer, or were her words misinterpreted? This debate highlights potential divisions within Labour. The outcome could shape the future of British politics. The 2% GDP target for defence spending has become a contentious issue in British politics. Advocates, primarily within conservative circles, argue that it is essential for maintaining a strong military and fulfilling the UK's international commitments, particularly within NATO. They contend that anything less would weaken the country's global standing and leave it vulnerable in an increasingly dangerous world. Critics, however, view the 2% target as an arbitrary figure, divorced from a nuanced understanding of modern security threats. They argue that it prioritizes military spending over crucial investments in public services like healthcare, education, and social welfare. In a time of economic hardship, they question the wisdom of pouring vast sums into defense while ordinary people struggle to make ends meet. The Labour Party finds itself caught in the crossfire of this debate. Starmer's commitment to the 2% target is seen as an attempt to neutralize conservative attacks and appeal to voters concerned about national security. However, it also risks alienating those who prioritize social spending and view the target as excessive and out of touch with the needs of ordinary people. Bridget Phillipson's recent comments on defense spending have been subject to intense scrutiny. While her exact words remain somewhat unclear, the interpretation of her statement has created a media storm. Some claim she directly contradicted Starmer's commitment to the 2% GDP target, suggesting a significant policy difference within Labour. Others, however, argue that her words were carefully chosen and open to interpretation. They suggest she may have been emphasizing the need for flexibility and strategic spending within the defense budget, rather than advocating for a reduction in overall spending. This more nuanced interpretation allows for the possibility that Phillipson's position is not fundamentally at odds with Starmer's. The ambiguity of Phillipson's statement highlights the challenges of political communication in the age of instant news and social media. A few carefully chosen words can be taken out of context, amplified, and spun to fit a particular narrative. It is crucial to examine the full context of her remarks and avoid jumping to conclusions based on snippets or headlines. Section 4. The Politics of Perception, Appealing to Every Voter. The apparent contradiction between Starmer and Phillipson's stances on defense spending underscores the delicate balancing act Labour faces as it seeks to regain power. On one hand, the party must appeal to voters concerned about national security, particularly in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the evolving global landscape. On the other hand, Labour cannot afford to alienate its core base of support among working-class voters struggling with the cost of living crisis. These voters are more likely to prioritize investment in public services and may view increased defense spending as a misplaced priority. This dilemma highlights the broader challenge facing center-left parties across the Western world. How do they reconcile the need for a strong national defense with the demands for social justice and economic equality? Finding the right balance is crucial for Labour's electoral prospects and its ability to govern effectively if it returns to power. Section 5. Labour's choice: security or solidarity in an uncertain world. The debate over defense spending within the Labour Party reflects a fundamental question facing Britain as a whole. How should a nation balance its commitment to security with its responsibility to its citizens? The 2% GDP target, while presented as a guarantee of safety, comes at a significant cost. That cost is measured not just in pounds and pence, but in the potential for investment in education, healthcare, and social programs that directly improve the lives of ordinary people. The apparent tension between Starmer and Phillipson's positions reveals the complexities of this issue. Can Labour articulate a coherent and compelling vision of national security that resonates with voters across the political spectrum? Can it convince the electorate that it can be both a robust defender of the nation's interests and a champion of social justice? The answers to these questions will shape not only the future of the Labour Party, but also the direction of British politics in a time of global uncertainty. As the UK navigates this new landscape, the choices it makes will have profound implications for its standing in the world and the well-being of its citizens.